Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a little bit of a different video. We'll get into that later in the video, but today we're going to do how long it takes to do a Dollar Tree diamond art. So a couple weeks ago when I went to my local Dollar Tree, we had diamond art there. And as you know, or if you're new to the diamond art industry, diamond art it could be found anywhere on Amazon for a couple dollars. Of course, you could go to Michael's, you could go to Joann's, any of the Hobby Lobbies or any of the other hobby stores in your local area, and you'll find them. Goodness, they are pricey. However, so we decided to go to the local Dollar Tree. We got some diamond art, and here's the ones that we got. We got a tiger. Looks really nice. And then we got the one that we're going to do today in honor of Valentine's Day, just in a couple days. And we got the flowers. I thought this would be perfect to do in honor of Valentine's Day, since we're, only 3 days away. So why don't you join me and let's see how long it takes me to do a dollar store diamond art. Okay, so if you've never done diamond art before, basically what you're gonna get is the following. Let's just open this up together. Typically all diamond arts, you get the same stuff, but if you're like me and you already have your tried and true stuff, then you're good. So what you always get is, let me actually, is your diamond art sheet right here. And it's always numbered where you're going to put your diamonds. Typically, you'll get instructions, but they'll be on the side of the diamond art. You won't actually get a sheet of instructions, but this is fine. It will tell you what color is. It'll give you your legend of what color is what. And then here, you'll see where we have our diamonds, and they are numbered. They're numbered. This, as you can see, like I said in the intro of this video, this is a simple Dollar Tree diamond art. There are diamond arts I've done with 30 plus colors. So you're looking at not just numbers, but letters. So all you're going to need that's not within your diamond art kit is a pair of scissors. So let me go grab my scissors and let's get started. Okay, now got my scissors. So what I'm going to start doing is opening my stylus. We need the wax. I don't typically use this little tray. It's just a pain in the butt. I usually just use a coffee top. So that's what I'm going to use. We don't need this. Okay. And always remember to dip your stylus into the wax. It will help the diamonds stick. Perfect. And now we have a, we have a film on top of it from, so you only pull just what you're going to do. So since we're going to start, and there's a lot of pinks, we can start with the pinks, we can start with the white. We can start with whatever we would like. I'm going to start with number 4. So I'm going to cut out number 4 out of the thing. Again, these are supposed to be very relaxing. You could do them while watching TV, talking on the phone. They're just a very relaxing type of craft. And I do highly recommend them to people who just want to relax after a hard day. And they're very inexpensive. Okay, so I'm going to do is just flip a little bit. of the cover, and then I'm going to start. So now we're going to talk about why I did not post a video last week. If you follow my Facebook page, you've seen, or even if you follow my YouTube channel, you would see that I posted that I was going to start making new content. I was going to start making new content every day in the month of February. And the content calendar was posted to my Facebook page. However, if you also saw, I think it might have been my last video or my second to last video I posted here on the channel, you would know that I'm going through some family situation with my mom. If you don't know, basically the lowdown story is she went into the hospital when I was on vacation back in September. It was for necrotic toes. She was a smoker for 50 years. Poor blood flow was basically the cause of the necrotic toes. She has neuropathy in her left foot. And while she was in the hospital and I was in California, I was actually at Disneyland. Let's just say a lot happened. And by a lot, we could just say she wasn't herself in the hospital. It was kind of not a good situation. So a surgery later to put stents in her leg, I was thinking, oh, well, the delirium will subside. Well, boy, oh boy, was I naive. The delirium just stayed, and it continued to stay. And it continued to stay to the point where a lot of medical professionals, said, you might want to get her tested for Alzheimer's because she's kind of displaying the symptoms. And that leads to where we're at right now. While I don't mind taking care of my mother, it's just a lot of things are happening where it's becoming hard. Like wandering, cops being called, narcissistic tendencies, and it's just becoming to a point where it's just wearing me down. I don't know what day, what mood she's going to be in today. What am I going to get out of this? Am I going to get, my nice mother, or am I going to get a not so nice mother? And it's just kind of being in limbo. And, it's just hard because, number one, she doesn't want to give, power of attorney, which is fine, but it makes, things harder. Two, working with a social worker, that's hard as it is because they have so many other cases. And three, it's what do you do? What do you do? You reach out and nobody, it's just you get doors slammed in your face. It's we can't help you. I had my social worker reach out last week. My mother was not wanting to come inside, and she was screaming bloody mud. She's trying to flag down anybody to call the cops. Like, she was done. She wanted them to take her anywhere. And I called my social worker and I was in tears and I said, we have to get her placed somewhere. And we have to get her placed like today because I can't do it for my own mental health. And she's like, well, that's not really an option. You know, you need to have money. Why do I have to have money? I'm the child. I'm not the person, you know, like, I haven't gotten to that point in my life where I need to, I mean, obviously we're all at that point where we need to start thinking about retirement, which we'll get more into on the bias life in the coming weeks to months. But, you know, why am I being punished because she did not set up her, you know, her affairs? And, you know, then she's like, well, the only thing I could do really is, you know, I could, you know, I don't want to report you. And I'm just thinking, report me for what? I'm, you know, doing everything I can. But, like, it's gotten to the point where it's not a safe environment for her. It's not even a safe environment for me, mentally speaking. And so she finally calls DCF and lets them know that, hey, the caregiver is having a mental health crisis. You know, like, the mother needs the emergency placed because caregiver can no longer give adequate care. You know what DCF said? Well, it doesn't sound like the patient in question is being abused or neglected. So, you're telling me I have to abuse or neglect my mother? That's crazy. That's crazy. And then the social worker says, well, the only other option is to bring her to the hospital, the ER, and they have to place her. Now, mind you, I've tried this 110 times. And as it's always been stated on my blog, I'm not shy of saying I live in Central Florida. That's why we have a lot of Central Florida content on the bias life. So I take her to the hospital. And the social worker's like, well, we can't place her because, you know, we don't get into financials and blah, blah, blah. You know, you would have to do it on your own, you know, and I tell them, hey, I'm going through my own mental health crisis. Like, I can't, like, she has nowhere to go. That's a safe place. You know, what can we do? And then they're just like, push back on me. Why is it that you know, why is it that you can't have your own mental health crisis without having to basically be a burden on people? That's not cool. And they're like, well, you could always hire, you know, private health. Yeah, if I had the funds to hire private health. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm poor, poor me, poor me. No, I'm not obviously poor. But I'm not well off to the extent of, let me pay, you know, 25 to, you know, $50 an hour for someone to help me take care of my mother. That's a little crazy. Like, I work from home, so it's not like I get out. And I'm glad that I work from home, and I'm glad that my job has been very supportive in all of this, where that's one less thing that I have to worry about. So, where are we at today? Well, I was paying her rent. She has her own apartment. And you're probably thinking, get rid of that apartment. Everyone's telling me to get rid of that apartment. However, I don't have a mental capacity to move all her stuff out. And then where do I put it? You know, I only have a 1-bedroom. So you're telling me that I have to try to figure out where to put all her stuff, take that weekend, you know, find movers, get all that stuff done. I don't have power of attorney, so I really can't even get rid of her apartment anyway without her being there, and if she's not in the right state of mind, or it gets, it goes south quick. So, we went to her house, and we were paying her rent. Well, she forgot to bring her purse that had her checkbook in it. She had no checkbooks in her house whatsoever. I was kind of a little irritated. I didn't feel the best that day. I've been exhibiting signs of depression. And this was all last weekend. Reason why my video wasn't uploaded. And let's just say it started happening again. I park in Publix to see if I can take money out of her card. I don't have the PIN, but I figured, let me try this number sometimes she uses. And no, it wasn't. And as I was coming back to the car, it was just, how do we put it? It was her trying to get out of the car. Mind you, she had her whole left foot, all the toes amputated. Even though there was 2 necrotic, but they were all just goodbye. So she's getting out of the car, mind you, and she hasn't really walked much because that's just another long story. But she's trying to walk out of the car, and she's screaming bloody murder, how I'm going to unalive her. What? What do you mean, ma'am? And mind you, it's a Saturday, so, Publix, if you're from the South, Publix, is busy. Everyone's shopping. They're doing their weekly, or no, it was Sunday. Sorry, it was Sunday. You're doing your weekly shopping. And I parked, of course, in the front. And she's screaming bloody hell that I'm going to unalive her. And everyone's looking at me. And I'm embarrassed. I'm glad that I'm, a smaller creator. So no one really knows me. Because that would be very embarrassing. But I'm just, dealing with that. And then I'm like, then she was trying to bust down her door. And I'm like, okay. We'll go to the hospital. And, she's like, I don't trust you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's fine. Well, we could go to the hospital. Because, what else am I supposed to do? I'm, probably about an hour away from my house. So, obviously, me trying to take her back to my house is not going to work. So, we go to the hospital. It's 2 lights down. So, we ended up stopping at a stoplight. We got a stoplight. And what is she trying to do? She's trying to get out of the car. Get out of the car on a major highway. It's like a 3-lane road of traffic. It's a, little highway in Florida. And I'm like, excuse me. So I'm holding her by the wrist. And then she's screaming again about how it's the end. It's the end. I'm going to hurt her. I'm going to hurt her. And she's yelling through the window. Thankfully, the window doesn't work in that car. To call the cops. Somebody call the cops. Because it's the end. And I'm just like, what? So I get her to the hospital. I explain what's going on with them. And the doctor's there. The doctors and the nurses and the techs, super, super nice. And we get immediately seen, which I was thankful for, because I don't know if we had to stay in the waiting room, how disruptive it would have been. So, and then the doctor comes in and he's like, I have to run some tests. I can't keep her if there's nothing medically wrong. And I kind of just said, well, I can't really take her back because she's trying to get out of the car on a busy highway road. And she's yelling bloody, hell about everything. Well, whatever. They found out, she had an infection. And they're like, well, that could be cause of, what's going on. And I'm like, I politely declined and said, while yes, that could be the cause of the extra delirium, it's not. Because she was like this for months. It's not like, oh, it's just, it just started. It's been happening. And so you know, so they admit her, and I'm thankful. And obviously it's Sunday, so I have to rush home because I still have to pay her rent. I have to come back to my house, grab her checkbook, and then go back to her house, which is an hour away. So, I still got like 3 hours worth of driving. So we go, back. So I go, I leave, and I'm just like so relieved that they're keeping her. And then the next day, I get a call from the social worker who, obviously wanted to place her back with me, and I politely declined. And I told her the reasons why I cannot keep her anymore. And it's like, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your own mental health. Nobody cares about your own mental health at all. You're having a mental health crisis? Oh, well. She's your mother, though. That's what I always get told. But she's your mother. You should be taking care of your mother. At what point does somebody look and just say, you're right? If you're having a mental health crisis, you're right. You should not be taking care of your mom. Because you are not in your right state of mind. And that won't help her. That's not a safe environment for neither of you. No, it's just, go ahead. You can take care of your mom. That's your mom to take care of. That's not my mom. So, we were able to get her into rehab because they, unlike the hospital over here, they put her in as an inpatient instead of just observation. So they're like, okay, well, our next choice is we could put her into a rehab. She's like, it's not a permanent solution, but it's at least, a solution for right now, and it could help you get her placed. Because the big thing is I have to do the Medicaid application. So that's what I'm working on currently. So we were able to get her placed into a facility over here. And obviously, I don't have good, track record with those type places. But, I put her in a very nice one. Super nice. It does not feel like like a nursing home / like assisted living. It feels nice. It feels like you're kind of like almost at a resort. So I thoroughly enjoy it. She hates it. Nothing's ever good enough, so I deal with that. And I've been dealing with that. And this is my first kind of weekend that I haven't had to deal with, taking care of somebody else. While it's been nice, I've just been kind of depressed. Like, I've slept all weekend. I was supposed to get a lot of stuff done this weekend. I was supposed to get more marketing content done for The Bias Life. I was supposed to get, just a lot of stuff. I was supposed to, be filming videos. Like, I have a video, actually. This was not the video that was intended for this weekend at all. This video is just a video that I thought about doing because I just kind of am low energy. I'm low energy, but I want a quality, quality video. Plus, I wanted to try out my new overhead camera tripod. Since, starting a YouTube channel on a whim, well, it wasn't really on a whim. It was, something that I wanted to add to my site for a while. And I just, I don't like being in front of the camera. I'm always behind the camera. I'm always the one taking the photos. But I wanted to, do a YouTube channel, and I always kept telling myself why I can't do a YouTube channel, why I should wait, when I should start. And one day in October last year, 2023, I decided, screw it. You know, it's what better time to start a YouTube channel than now. So I'm slowly growing my YouTube channel. You can expect videos. Mostly, I'm assuming as of right now, it's going to be a lifestyle channel. You're going to find a lot of different crafts. Like, I've already uploaded my Valentine's Day heart-shaped pillow. That, you could even find the blog post version or the written version on my blog as well. That was just posted yesterday, February 10th. Yeah, it's February 10th. So you can find that there. You will always find a written version, and then you always find you'll always find like a video version. I'm going through my old posts because I do a lot of different crafts. I do diamond art, I do plastic canvas, I do sewing. That's my newest thing. I've been sewing, and I'm loving the sewing. So you will see a lot of sewing content of me learning how to sew. So if you're a beginner, let's start this journey together. I'm always looking for tips and tricks. So if you are, you know, a pro, or you've been sewing for a long time and you like to give some tips and tricks, you know, always leave them in the comments, because I will read and I will always try to respond to every single comment, because we're here to harvest a family type community. And you can also expect, you know, some travel videos, because I do like to do day trips on my weekends or just my days off period. So you'll always kind of see some travel videos. You will always see, you know, it's just lifestyle. Like, my brand is lifestyle. My brand is me. I am the brand. It's the Bias Life. If you haven't caught on, that's my last name. So, you know, the brand is me. Like, what I'm interested in, what I like to do, what I've seen, what I can, you know, help people in the world. And a big part of me is just DIY crafts, you know, learning to do a new thing. So if you are totally into that, let's, you know, hit the subscribe button, because I will greatly appreciate it. And, you know, let me know what kind of content you'd like to see, or what you would like to see over here in the Central Florida area, because I'm always, you know, down for suggestions. And over the next year, we are going to cultivate a very good community, and we're going to cultivate just like very good content over here. But for the month of February, we're half over. You may see some more craft videos from me. I may sprinkle in some other type content. For March, I do have some good videos coming down the pipeline. So you'll want to keep an eye out for those. And as I previously said, I will start using my community tab as well to just update you guys on what's, you know, what's coming, what you can look forward to. New videos will always, within reason, new videos will always be posted on Sundays. So always be a lookout for those. I may start doing live streams on Sundays, where we could just do a decompress, come chat with me, ask me questions, because I've been in the SEO field for over almost 13 years. So I've been a professional SEO extraordinaire. So I'm well versed in that. You can always ask me questions about that, ask me questions about crafts, Florida living, the theme parks over here. It'll just be decompress, come chat with your sibling. Let's do it, maybe a Sunday check in every now and again. But I obviously want your feedback to know what you would like to see as well, because you guys are, the reason why I'm doing this. And I want to see I want to know what you guys want to see so I can make content that you'll, of course, enjoy. But okay, so as you can see, I'm almost done with the number 4. Normally, I don't technically do all the number 4 or all the, colors in the number, well, all the, so normally I don't do just one color all the way through. That's easier to say. Because the photos are usually a whole lot bigger. So I usually will start in a square when it comes to plastic canvas and just kind of go from there. Especially when it's going to take you forever. Because as you can see, it's taking me a while. And you can always, to make this, go a little faster, you can always buy the styluses like these, where they have, instead of just having it like a single one, it could have like 2, 3 in a row. Like it could be a lot longer. So you can easily, get pieces done a lot faster. Me, I just kind of always just use the single one. Because to me, it's just, kind of calming, kind of like a puzzle. It's almost just kind of like a puzzle to me, where it's just like, yeah, it's going to take, a billion hours, but, I have something to look forward to for the next, couple days. Or, well, not really, what shouldn't say a couple days, but next couple weeks. But if you're one of those who are kind of impatient and you want to work, smarter, not harder, you could always use those. So, we're almost done with one color, so that's always a good sign. But yeah, if this was not actually the video that was supposed to be posted at all. It was not. Okay, so we just finished all the number 4s, and you will always have diamonds left. So what I do, just in case I forget to, add a diamond to a 4, I got these little jars from the dollar store. The craft section is wonderful, so I will always just empty this into this. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now we got to pick another color, and I guess we'll start with, we'll do 6. 6 looks like a good color. And what we're going to do is I'm going to answer some just questions that I get often in my DMs of, what people want to know about me, so you can get to know me just a little bit better. Since we'll be here for just a little bit longer while we complete our flower diamond art from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so a question I get a lot is, what is the bias life? And the easiest answer is, the bias life is all about adventure. It's about getting out of your comfort zone and taking on an adventure, or learning a new trade, learning how to make money from home. It's just lifestyle. It's usually just, every day is an adventure, and let's head out on it. That's what the bias life is. What does the bias life have to offer you? The bias life has to offer a lot of things. And one of the things is a community. Because in life, as we age, our friendships tend to become distant. We're always evolving. We want to find our tribe. And at the Bias Life, that's what it is. We're a tribe. We're siblings, essentially, in my mind. We're like-minded people where we, share our tips on, this new craft, or this, hey, did you know that you could save money this way? Or this is this might be a decent work at home gig or passive income. Or, hey, did you know you could travel here and it's not, that expensive? We're just, a tribe of like-minded people who want to craft, who want to go on an adventure, but also, want to become financially stable. Because life is not cheap. And one thing is you always, having a friend to travel life with, or having a close sibling to travel life with, is a lot better than, being alone. So we are your tribe, essentially. And another question I get a lot is, like, just who am I? Who is Amanda? And that is, it could be a simple answer, or sometimes it could be a more complex answer. But I'm a almost 32-year-old Florida native. I was born and raised in Florida. I still live in Florida. I was born in South Florida. I moved to Southwest Florida when I was a toddler, and that's where I was raised. I moved to Central Florida in my early 20s, and I've been here ever since. I was, you could say, the introvert. where it's just like, keep to yourself, you know, yeah, I had, good friends. Yeah, I was, kind of the weird one and, could make people laugh. But I was also very introverted. Wasn't the best, at school, like how, who is. But that, always didn't make it out to be like, oh, she's not going anywhere in life. Because I did a lot in my, I did a lot in my what, like almost 14 years out of high school. So there's that. But, I'm just, the funny one. Like, I like to joke. I like to laugh. I like to just, I want, my videos and my, you know, blog content to just kind of, where it feels like you're talking to me personally. But like I said earlier in the video, I was a professional SEO extraordinaire. I helped a lot of small businesses, real estate agents. I loved real estate agents. I helped them with their SEO, their blog content, all that good stuff. And then AI took over, and no one wants to pay you a livable wage in that industry anymore. So it was time to move on. So I got myself a remote position with a company which will never be named, that I very much loved. Well, I very much love, I should say, not loved. So I have been handling my own business, The Bias Life, after business hours. So you'll see a lot of different content. We might, like I said, we might do live streams, but everything will always be after business hours. But I love anything to do with Disney, theme parks, all that jazz. Love to travel. I do like to try different things, even though, when you were younger, it was always like, at least for me, change was scary. But hence why I kind of started The Bias Life, to make me, break out of that. So here we are. All right, we're going to do number 3 now. No, actually, we'll do number 5. Where's number 5? But another question I get a lot is my hobbies. Because you will always see me doing different hobbies. And a lot of people want to know, what do I do? Or what do I don't do? And the answer is, hobby-wise, I like to try everything at least once. Like, my main hobbies as of late is diamond art, plastic canvas, and sewing. Those have been, like, my main vices as of, oops. As of late. However, that doesn't stop there. My interest in, DIY crafting doesn't stop there. I do, I have done, what is it called? Crochet. I have not done knitting. I do have the stuff for knitting. I want to try the loom stuff, because I do have one of the looms. Just, it's like a smaller rectangle one. It's like a very small rectangle one. I do have that, however, I just haven't tried it out. So that might be in a future video of me trying that out. I do have so I do loom. I have done punch needle, which I thought was so cool, which I've learned, and this is, now we're going on a tangent. I do go on tangents at times, as you'll notice. So punch needle is basically the same thing, at least what it looks like, as tufting. I seen they have like this tufting machine, which I think I saw was like $400 or $300. It was pretty dang expensive. But I was like, I need it. I haven't, obviously I haven't bought that yet. But maybe one day in the future I will, because let's be honest, I think that's really cool. But I I've done Punch Needle, which I liked. It took like a little bit for me to get the hang of it, but it was fun. I thought it was really fun. I have not bought another kit since. I should try to buy another kit. I bought one at Hobby Lobby when it was a couple dollars. What else have I done? I'm not into, because you might think, oh, she's artistic. She probably does, drawings and paintings and stuff. No. My ability does not extend to the drawing and painting. I kind of suck at it. That's more my sister. That's more my younger sister. She is the painting. She is, the drawing, artist. I did not get that ability. And growing up, I wish my mom would have showed me the, plastic canvas. She's actually, the reason how I got into it is because she had plastic canvas. And when she was cleaning out her crafting supplies many years ago, probably when I think I was like 18, 19, I saw that and I was like, what is this? This looks interesting. And then I started doing it, and I have a couple of custom made patterns that I'm not positive if I want to put up for sale or if I want to just put them out in the world for free. So if they're pretty cool patterns, but I'm not positive what I want to do with them. I haven't really put them on the blog or anything, but you never know. But so I wish like she would have told me about that, being creative wasn't just, oh, sketching this beautiful thing, because I could barely do a stick figure, let's be real. But and I'm not good at ceramics either, so don't think, oh, you're going to see me in ceramics class. The answer is heck to the no. I almost got into candle making many years ago. I was probably 19. Never did it. I kind of want to do that, so you might see that on the blog in the future. I wanted to get into the Cricut stuff as well. I just haven't, sat down and looked to see what Cricut machine I should get, what I want to do with it. What are my goals with Cricut? So if you have any advice on Cricut, I would love to hear that, because, help a girl out. I'm here to, have a good time, create a whole bunch of good stuff. But lately I've been working on sewing. I've been making pillows. I've actually haven't filmed me making a pillowcase for my sister. I got some pretty cool fabric. I will be making probably some bags later in the year, so be on the lookout for that. If you have a pattern you'd like me to try out, of course, send it. You could post it down below. You can send it to me on my website, or you can find my email and email it to me. I would definitely appreciate any of that. That's been my real jam the last couple weeks, or I guess I should say couple months, is just sewing. I've been, trying to learn how to sew better, hand sew better, just, trying, out the sewing machine, figuring out, different stitches, just seeing what is all the possibilities out there. So I've been working on that a lot. You'll see a lot more plastic canvas in the coming months as well, because that will be a big series on here. Each of my crafts will have its own playlist. There is playlist. I do recommend you checking out. And in the coming months, the playlists will also be getting, bigger as I'm posting more. And we'll go over the basics of like plastic canvas, basics of like, everything, just so we can, start making creations together. But, those are my main hobbies. And then as for, um, other hobbies that aren't, DIY, I do, like I mentioned, I do travel. So I do have an upcoming trip to Disneyland. So you'll see a lot of Disneyland content. I don't know if I'm going to do, the standard Disneyland vlogs, or if I'm going to make them into, you know, shorter videos of like, you know, let's try, these restaurants, or, that type stuff. I don't know. If you, are interested in Disneyland content, of course, like I always have mentioned, and you're probably tired of hearing, let me know in the comments. I'm all for, you know, getting to know what you're looking for. I'll be going to Disneyland in October, so hopefully maybe the Oogie Boogie Bash. I tried doing it last year, didn't work. But hopefully this year I can get some tickets for that. And also, since I live in Central Florida, you'll see a lot of, day trips of me going different places within Central Florida. It might be South Florida. It might be content that's not theme park related. Because will say right now, I'm not going to be a theme park content, um, theme park content creator. While yes, I do live a half hour, 45 minutes away from the parks, you will not see me in the parks all the time making theme park content. I will leave those. I'll leave that to the pros. But when I do go actually to the theme parks, I will probably bring you guys along. But if you're here just for, theme park content, I'm sorry that's probably not going to be the meat and potatoes of my channel. But another question I get a lot is typically family. Everyone always wants to know, are you the only child? Are you the oldest? Those type things. And I'm happy to say I'm not the only child. I'm not the, I'm the oldest of, I guess, my, generation little group. But there's like 6 of us. So, yeah, my dad had all girls. So there's 6 girls, which you only probably just hear me talk about my younger sister for the most part, because she also kind of will join on a lot of adventures and stuff as well, especially when we go out to eat, because we like to try a lot of different hot pot places over here in Central Florida. I've been doing eating at hot pot places since 2018. So it's been a while, and I've seen a lot of places come and a lot of places go, and there's a lot of places opening up over closer to me, so I'm not having to drive so far, which is lovely. I haven't tried them because they do kind of close a little early. So if you're interested in hot pot, that's probably going to be a good time to subscribe, because I do showcase hot pot places quite often. But as you can see, this diamond art is taking quite some time. We are almost halfway done. Once we finish this, we'll be like halfway done with the colors. So there's that. And so we're almost halfway done, and it took us an hour so far. And obviously I'm sitting here and, you know, talking to you guys, but that's kind of crazy. But like I always said with the diamond art, it's not a race to get it done. It's just a relaxing type of activity that you can do while you're, you know, working. Not working. Don't do this while you're working. Your boss might not like it. But, you know, while you're like watching TV, while you're just watching TV, you know, just relaxing. You know, relaxing after a hard day, you know, put in an hour or two. Or even while you're listening to your audiobook. It's just, you know, something to kind of keep your mind occupied and just relax, because, you know, life is stressful. We're all going through things in life, and it, you know, with our, you know, with always, you know, being on social media and always needing to curate the proper, you know, life photo, because, you know, you don't want people to think, oh, you're that unhappy that you have to have like the happy photo, the happy family. And, you know, sometimes it's good to just sit here and unplug and, you know, do a little bit of self-care. And really, you know, doing this can make you very, you know, very relaxed and just very, you know, get in tune with yourself. Just, you know, not have to sit there and be, you know, on the phone and looking at the news or looking at, you know, Instagram and seeing so and so just posted in there, you know, they got a raise or they're on vacation or they're having a kid, and you might be, you know, not doing any of those things. And even though you may not be a jealous person, you know, there is some, you know, resentment inside where it's just, it's not good. I always say unplug every day, even if it's just before bedtime. That's like the perfect time to just sit there and unplug and just relax, whether it's doing a craft that's just, you know, that helps you relax, playing a video game with your friends, or just read a book. You know, read a book, you know, draw yourself a nice bath and just, you know, read a book for an hour. I always just, you know, say just unplug from life and just do something that's going to make you happy. Like, don't keep staring at your phone, because that's not going to make you happy. It isn't. And the older I get, the more I realize that, you know, having that hour or two before bed just to try to, you know, decompress, relax, and just, you know, be in tune with my own body is very helpful. It will help you sleep 10 times better. 100%. It will just, it will help. You can't go wrong with self-care. Okay, we're almost done with the number 5. We are just going strong here. Okay, and it looks like we did number 5 and it is done. So now we just have 1, 2, and 3 left. But as always, let me grab this so I could put it in. But yes, if you are gonna do not plastic canvas, diamond art, I do highly recommend you getting these little things. They're plastic, but they do very well with holding your diamonds. And I recommend getting at least, I think they come in 12 counts, so I recommend getting at least 3 to 4, especially if you are like me and you like to do ones with a ton of colors. You want to do big projects. I do definitely recommend doing that. Getting about 3 or 4 of those, because I believe I saw them still at the dollar store during the last time I went. So we're doing number 3, which is the last of the like pinky area, which it's not really pink, it's more of like a orangey red. So let's get to it, and we're just over an hour. We're at an hour 1 minute. Not bad. I assumed this was gonna take me an hour, and I am not actually going to really, I'm not going to edit this video. I'm doing it in a 1 take. Why? Because I want you to see how long it takes. How long it takes for me to do a simple diamond dollar store diamond art. Of course, I could edit it down and make it, take it faster, but I'm just gonna do it in 1 whole take. Maybe I'll zoom it up in different parts. We'll see. But yeah, so this is not bad. I thought it was just gonna take an hour, but it's taking a little bit longer, so maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's coming together nicely though. And if you are still trying to figure out where to take your love on Valentine's Day, I'm going to link a post in the description below. It is 9 unique, inexpensive date options for Valentine's Day. And I really recommend take a read at that, especially if you are still unsure where you're taking your partner for Valentine's Day. If you want to do something other than just go to a dinner and then possibly a movie, this has unique options, and they'll probably be a lot less than taking your partner out to dinner and a movie and getting them flowers and box of chocolates. So I highly recommend take a read because Valentine's Day is coming up. Oh yeah, coming together really nice. And I'm filming this on Super Bowl Sunday. The Super Bowl just actually started a little bit ago. Well, everyone's at Super Bowl parties. I'm at my own party of 1. Well, mine is, our manager Squirrel, the cat. I always have to just, put that in. He's a cat. He's not really a squirrel. That's his name, Squirrel. But while everyone's at Super Bowl parties, I'm over here doing diamond art. And honestly, I don't regret it. There was a decent amount of crazy drivers out today, so I don't need to go out at all. I'm good. I have all my stuff at home. Okay, we're almost done with the 3s. This is turning out to be really pretty. The question I do have for those that actually do diamond art paintings is, what do you do with the extra beads? Do you save them? Do you save them and then use them on your own projects, or are you like me and you just toss them out? Because I've just tossed them out, but now that I'm curious, what do you do? What do you do with them? Are you like me that you just toss them out, or do you actually save them? Because if you save them, then I want to know what kind of projects you do. Do you do abstract, since there's not always so many colors, or what? I'm kind of curious now. Okay, we just got the last little bit of 3 over here. Okay, perfect. Now we have 2 more colors. Okay, I will do number 2. Number 2 should be pretty not self-explanatory. Okay, so we are now on the final color. And the final color for this one is the white color for the watering can. So, opening the package of the beads, of the diamonds. Now, so since we're doing this all in one take, I will take just the rest of the plastic off because I don't need the plastic on any longer since we will be finishing this in the next 10 minutes. So now the plastic is completely off. You don't normally take the plastic off until you're done or until you're at the last little bit, but since we are working on this and it'll be done all in one sitting, it's okay. I mean, you can always put the plastic back on anyway. And just for a time check, we are at 1 hour and 18 minutes. Obviously, I've sped this up a little bit when I was not speaking, so the video won't be 1 hour and 18 minutes. But if that's something you want to watch, let me know and I could upload the raw footage. But yeah, this would take just about 10, 15 minutes. So hopefully we should be done about 1 hour and 30 minutes, which means it would take a whole movie, standard length movie to complete this. And just like that, it is complete. It took about an hour and 40 minutes, give or take, but that's the final product. So as now you can see that the Dollar Tree Diamond Art, takes about an hour and 40 minutes. So a traditional one will probably take closer to about 40 hours. Obviously, this could have been faster if I chose to use the stylus tool that has more than one. So this could be done quicker, but if you're just using the standard, what comes with the kit, it'll take you approximately an hour and 40 minutes. I will see you next week for a new video. Have a great week.